The Three Little Pigs. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, three little pigs lived happily and carefree in their mother's house. One day, the mother called the little pigs and said, "Dear children, you are already very grown up. It's time they had more responsibilities for this. It's good to live alone." The mother then prepared a hearty lunch for her children and divided her savings between the three of them so they could buy materials and build a house. The three little pigs then set off through the forest in search of a good place to build their house. However, along the way they began to disagree regarding the material they would use to build the new home. Each little pig wanted to use a different material. The first little pig, one of the lazy ones, immediately said, "I don't want to have too much work. You can build a good house with a pile of straw and still have money left over to buy other things." The wisest little pig warned, "A straw house is not safe at all." The other lazy pig, the middle brother, also gave his opinion. "I prefer a wooden house. It's more resistant and very practical. I want to have a lot of time to rest and play." "A house made entirely of wood isn't safe either," commented the oldest. "How are you going to protect yourself from the cold? And if a wolf appears, how will you protect yourself?" "I've never seen a wolf in these parts and, if it gets cold, I light a fire to keep warm," replied the middle brother. "And you, what do you intend to do? Are you going to play with us after the house is built?" "Since everyone is going to build a house, I will make a brick house, which is resistant. Only when it's over will I be able to play," replied the oldest. "We are not going to face any danger to have the need to build a resistant house," said one of the lazy people. Each little pig chose a corner of the forest to build their respective houses. However, the houses would be close together. The little pig in the straw house bought the straw and in a few minutes built his house. He was already resting when the middle brother, who had built the wooden house, arrived calling him to come and see his house. It was still morning when the two little pigs went to the house of the oldest pig, who was building his home with bricks. "You're not done yet. It's not even halfway done. We are now going to have lunch and then play," said the middle pig ironically. The older piglet, however, paid no attention to the comments or the giggles. He continued to work, preparing the cement and assembling the brick walls. After 3 days of intense work, the brick house was ready, and it was beautiful. The days went by until a wolf realized that there were little pigs living in that part of the forest. The wolf felt his belly growl with hunger. All he thought about was eating the little pigs. He then went to knock on the door of the youngest pig, the one in the straw house. Before opening the door, the little pig looked out the window and, seeing the wolf, began to tremble with fear. The wolf knocked once more. "If you don't open it willingly, I will open it by force. I will blow very hard and your house will fly." The little pig was desperate, but continued to resist. Until the wolf blew once and nothing happened. He blew again and nothing remained of the straw in the little house. The house flew into the air. The desperate little pig ran towards his brother's wooden house. The wolf ran after. Arriving there, the middle brother was sitting on the porch of the little house. "Run, run, get into the house. The wolf is coming," shouted desperately the youngest piglet running. The two little pigs entered the house just in time. The wolf arrived right behind, knocking loudly on the door. The little pigs trembled with fear. The wolf then knocked on the door saying, "Little pigs, let me come in just a little." "By no means, your wolf, go away and leave us alone," said the little pigs. "So I'll blow and I'll make the little house fly." The wolf, furious and hungry, filled his chest with air and blew hard on the wooden house, which could not hold and fell. The little pigs took advantage of the wolf's lack of breath and ran to their older brother's little house. When they got there, they asked him for help. "Come in, leave this wolf to me," said the older pig confidently. Soon the wolf arrived and tormented them again. Little pigs, let me in, it's just a little bit. You can wait sitting down, you lying wolf, replied the oldest pig. Since that's the case, get ready to run. This house will fly in just a few minutes. The wolf filled his lungs with air and blew into the little brick house, which suffered nothing. He blew harder again and nothing. He then decided to throw himself against the house in an attempt to knock it down, but nothing shook the solid house. Suddenly they heard a noise on the ceiling. The wolf had leaned against a ladder and was climbing onto the roof. The oldest pig immediately turned up the fire in the fireplace, in which they were cooking vegetable soup. The wolf threw himself into the chimney, intending to surprise the little pigs by entering through the fireplace. That's when he fell right into the cauldron of boiling soup. Ayoo. The wolf howled in pain, ran towards the door and was never seen in those lands again. The three little pigs therefore decided to live together from that day on. The youngest agreed that they needed to work in addition to resting and playing. Everyone lived happily and in harmony in the beautiful little brick house.